morning. I guess we know what day this is. It is Tag Tuesday. And it's bright and early out here this morning. Feels good. Listen, they starting already. Well, they don't never stop. I can smell the rain. It looks rainy, but I can smell the rain. Y'all ever can smell that? So anyway, now we know who does these tags, and that is Tracey over at Trials of Long Hair Girl. So you go over there and check her out. And she's the one who tagged me this week. So thank you, Tracey. These are random would you rather questions. We'll see. Meet your great-grandparents or meet your great-grandchildren. Well, I met and knew my great-grandma on my daddy's side, and I knew as a little girl, sorta, on my mama's side, neither of the great-grandpas. And so, since I won't be around when the great-grandchildren come, because, I mean, Sebastian's 4 and I'm 58, let's do the math. I would say let me go ahead and meet them. That way, I will know them since I won't be here. So, I'm going to say great-grandchildren. Have more time or have more money? Money, honey. I got time. I don't work. I don't have nothing to do. Nothing to do. Give me the money. I ain't trying to play off like I'm somebody don't want money, because I won't do anything for it. But I would like to have it. People say, oh, if you win the lottery, it changes you. Well, give me the chance, even though I don't play the lottery. Let me come into some money and see if it changes me. I want to judge that situation for myself. So, money. Have a life rewind button or have a life pause button. That is easy because I have said it. I can't even count how many times I've said it and how many even more times I've thought it. Give me a rewind button. I want to go back to the 70s. I want to go back to probably 15 or 16. I'm going to quit rolling my eyes at them one day. But I love the 70s. I loved being a teenager. I don't want to go back earlier because I just don't. But from a teenager on, and this is why, because now I would like to know what I know now, obviously, because there are some things you couldn't pay me to do again, but woohoo, there's some things you could. There's definitely some things I would redo twice. So give me that rewind button. I'm hitting it. Know all the world's languages or speak with animals. I'd like to do both, honestly, but I think you can get farther speaking the languages. Especially like when there's people around you in a public place speaking a language that you wish you had taken in high school, and you would love to know what they're saying, because sometimes the way they look, you might think they're talking about you. I would love to know what people say. So while talking to the animals will be fun, knowing what people say in private would be fun too. Even though I said last week I wouldn't want to read their minds, but I would want to read their what they say. Plus, like when you're watching movies and stuff, you don't have to read those like little subtitles at the bottom. You just hear it and you know. Stuck in an elevator or stuck on a ski lift. Now, we also talked about skiing. And we know the ski lift was not like, my favorite thing, although it was more enjoyable than getting stuck on the mountain. But I can tell you right here and now, if I ever get stuck in the elevator, I'm done. I'm just going to fall in the floor, melt into a puddle, and I'm done. Don't stick me in no closed-in space. I don't like heights, but I would rather be stuck up there. I can just shut my eyes tune it out around me. If I'm already in the elevator and I done seen the box around me, ain't no shutting of my eyes gonna do a thing. Not like that MRI. I can shut them eyes because I don't see it. I go in and I don't see it to begin with, but I done seen that elevator, so we'll just go with the ski lift. Go to dinner alone or a concert alone? I really don't mind either one. Honestly, probably a concert. I do like to have somebody to eat with, like me and David if we go to eat. One of these days I'm going to be able to go back and sit in a restaurant pretty good. But I wouldn't mind going to a concert all by myself because I like getting in my car and listening to my music by myself. I don't necessarily like anybody in my car with me, and so that's my own personal concert. So it wouldn't bother me to go see somebody all by myself. Not at all. Have world peace or stop world hunger. Now that is funny because, hold on, I'll tell you. I got up this morning about 1:30. I did something. I think I cleaned the kitchen dishes up where David had washed them and set them to dry. I think I cleaned that up, and I don't know what else. Then I sat down and took a nap till about 4, a little before maybe. And so then I've been up ever since doing crafts, and y'all know I always turn on the Criminal Minds. Well, other times when I don't turn them on, I turn on Bohemian Rhapsody, the movie. If you're a Queen fan and you ain't never seen it, go see it. Find it, download it or something. Now they say there's timeline conflicts, but I don't care. The movie's good, and Rami Malek is like top notch, and so are the rest of the guys. It's a good movie. So it's just one of those things that I can play over and over and over. So that's what I had on today, was Bohemian Rhapsody. Before I was getting ready to come out here, they started up at the end when they're talking about doing Live Aid, and that was for the hunger problem in Ethiopia. And so they're raising money. I don't remember how much they raised. That probably would have been a good thing to look up. But I think I would like to end world hunger because I don't want nobody to be hungry. I can't stand the thoughts of somebody being hungry. But it seems to me if there was peace in the world, people would care more about people. Because when there's like unrest, civil unrest, if we're talking like not national peace, world peace, does it say world peace? Yeah, world peace. When they're in conflict, they're not thinking about anybody but themselves. There's no way they can think about who's hungry because probably they're hungry themselves. They're living in conditions that we can only even hardly imagine. So I think if there was peace, then people would have the opportunity to think about others and they could help feed people. That's how I think. Be an adult. Try this again. Be an adult all your life or be a kid your whole life. Well, I guess an adult. There was stuff as a kid that's why I said when I would rewind maybe 15 or 16, I don't really want to go before that because there was just stuff I don't want to. So I would hate to live an entire life the way I lived it. Plus, people boss you around. I don't like to be bossed around. So I'm going to say an adult just because you can do stuff because you're grown and you can boss other people around. David will tell you I boss him around. Bless his heart. He's a good man. Go on vacation with friends or go on vacation with spouse. Well, I just don't go on vacation with friends. My spouse is the only person I go on vacation with. When we went on vacation, we haven't been in a few years now. And when I get fixed, oh my gosh, I'm going to the beach and I'm going to walk on that beach. You better watch me. You better watch. This is going to happen. So I guess with my spouse, but if I can throw another option in there, my daughter. No shade against my sons. Just me and my daughter had mother-daughter weekend at the beach a few years back. She gave it to me for Mother's Day. And oh my gosh, we had the best time ever. Me and baby girl always have a good time when we're together. Now, me and RJ, we always had, even though we were traveling to Ohio for a court battle over Sebastian, and the events surrounding our travel were hard and tough and gut-wrenching, the time that me and him spent together over that year was priceless. So we had a good time too. And I'm going to tell you what, I'm sure there's a lot of this weight was gained that year because me and him both are stress eaters. He is just like me. Stress eats like crazy. Well, we would stop at the service stations, come out with so much crap it wasn't even funny. We would just have, just you name it, we would have it. We spent more money in service stations than we did at restaurants. So really I have a good time with both my children. So I'm just going to say my family. Can I say my family? And then, we're up to the last one. Well, this is boy, this was quick for me. A side of salad or a side of soup? Salad. Because if I want soup as my main meal, not as my side. Now, there was a restaurant. Y'all got a Fats? F-A-T-Z? I don't know why ours closed up because we thought it was good. We liked it. But they made the best tomato basil soup I have ever eaten. And they made these fried, it was an appetizer. Soup was soup. And one of the appetizers was fried green tomatoes and grits. Oh my gosh. That's what I would get. I would just get that tomato soup and that appetizer, and that was my meal. And oh my gosh. I wish they'd come on back one time and just feed me that. It was so good. But yeah, I would just rather have my soup as my meal and a salad as a side. So, what do you know? Short and sweet from a girl. Might not happen again. Alright, it is time for me to tag somebody, and this week I will tag Edie over at Edie's Adventures in WW Weight Loss, and I will tag Miss B over at B's Journey. So, love to see y'all's tag, and I'll see you on my next video. I think it's going to be a low-carb check-in. So, might be later on today, who knows?